to Tracking the Week. On Monday, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu commissioned Greater Abuja Water Supply Network to enhance potable water distribution across the Federal Capital Territory. Commissioning the water project in Abuja on Monday, President Tinubu described the water initiative as a transformative project that enhanced the national development agenda. He lauded the partnership between the administration of the Federal Capital Territory and the Chinese government, saying the project will make available potable water for residents in Capital Territory and contribute to his administration's renewal hope agenda. In his remarks, Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Ezenwo Onyesamwike, appreciated the President for the continuous support given to the Federal Capital Territory, FCTA. He recounted the President's experience in 2023 on water supply to the city of Abuja and disclosed that the contract was awarded in 2017 at the cost of $420 million under the Partnership of African Development Initiative with China to take care of Loop 1, 2, 5, and 6. Minister Wike also revealed that China provided 85% of the project while Nigeria completed the remaining cost. Also on Monday, Justice Yusuf Alilu of the Federal Capital High Court, Abuja, admitted the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, to bail following his arraignment on 8-count charge regarding the forfeiture of 759 duplexes in Abuja. Emefiele has appeared in court on Monday and pleaded not guilty to the charge while his counsel, Matthew Buka, applied for his bail. Although he acceded to the bail application, the prosecution counsel, Rotimi Oyedepo, urged the court to base the bail on stringent conditions due to irregularities in some paragraphs of the affidavit. Ruling on the bail application, Justice Yusuf Alilu said bail is constitutional and that the defendant is presumed innocent until proven guilty by the court. He maintained that the defendant, who is before all the judges, was granted bail and there hasn't been any contrary information that he has jumped bail in those courts. In the absence of any evidence, the judge granted Emefiele bail based on the conditions given in other courts where he is currently standing trial. Other conditions are that the defendant travel documents are attached to provide two sureties who must be residents of Abuja and living within the jurisdiction of the court. On Tuesday, the Nigerian Senate announced that a delegation of lawmakers will accompany President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on a condolence visit to Benue State on Wednesday in response to the recent violent killings. President Tinubu postponed the planned trip to Kaduna to prioritize the visit, as several communities in Benue have been attacked in recent weeks, resulting in many deaths and displacement. The Senate spokesperson, Senator Yemi Adaramodu, described the killings as very unfortunate and extended sympathies to the affected families. Beyond the condolence visit, the Senate was to organize a national security summit which will bring together the military, law enforcement, civil society organizations, media, women and youth groups, traditional rulers, and local community leaders. Still on Tuesday, Pastor Paul Adefarasin turned himself in at the Lagos State Police Command Headquarters, Ikeja, and was interrogated by detectives. The popular pastor was on police invitation due to ongoing investigation on the case of a video that surfaced online showing the pastor holding a gun-like object against another road user while driving in an unregistered vehicle. The Nigerian police, acting on the premise that no one is above the law, vowed to leave no stone unturned to unravel facts about the gun-like object in possession of the clergyman. Confirming the development, the Lagos State Police Public Relations Officer CSP Benjamin Hundeyin said the investigation is ongoing and the pastor has reported at the State Police Command. He promised that the outcome of the investigation will be made public. So, on Wednesday, the Senate tasked the newly nominated board members of the South-South Development Commission (SSDC) with the responsibility tackling the pressing challenges of economic sabotage, environmental degradation, and infrastructural decay in the oil-rich South-South geopolitical zone. The charge was issued on Monday during the screening exercise conducted by the Senate Committee on the South-South Development Commission, chaired by Senator Benson Kombowe. It was reported that Senator Kombowe urged the nominees to develop and execute strategic projects that directly address the region's long-standing developmental challenges. He emphasized the need for inclusive initiatives tailored to the diverse needs of communities across the South-South. Still on Wednesday, the Senate Committee on Southwest Regional Development screened and confirmed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's nominees for the governing board of the newly established Southwest Development Commission (SWDC). Chaired by Senator Yunus Akintunde Oyo Central, the committee charged the incoming board to set the pace for regional transformation by drawing inspiration from the legacy of the late sage, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, who championed development in the Old West region. It was reported that while commending the caliber of individuals nominated, the committee emphasized the need for prudence, cautioning the commission against engaging in contrast without guaranteed funding. Senator Akintunde stated that the Senate would not tolerate contract abandonment or financial mismanagement. On Thursday, President Bola Tinubu visited Kaduna State for the second leg of a three-state tour. The Boeing 737 jet conveyed the president touchdown at the military airport on Mando at 1:27 p.m. local time. Here to receive him were the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, Deputy Senate President Barau Jibrin, the host Governor Obasani, and the Emir of Zaz, Ahmed Nuhu Bamali. Other governors who received the president were Hope Uzodinma Imo, Babajide Sanwo-Olu Lagos, Biodun Oyebanji Ekiti, Monday Okpebholo Edo, Umar Namadi Jigawa, Abdurrahman Abdurrazak Kwara, Dapo Abiodun Ogun, Francis Nwifuru, Abdullahi Sule Nasrawa, Nasiru Idris Keb, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, among other state government officials. He was also greeted by a military guard of honor by the Nigerian Air Force Band. Still on Thursday, the suspended Kogi Central Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan was docked at the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory for allegedly defaming the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, and former Governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Adosabe. She was put on trial by the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice AGM on 3 counts criminal charges. The embargoed and suspended senator was accompanied to the court for the trial by husband and associates. In a ruling, Justice Chisoba Erji noted that the alleged offense was not a capital one and that the law presumes her innocent for now. She admitted her to bail in the sum of 50 million naira and one reasonable surety in the like sum. The judge held that the surety must be owner of land property within the jurisdiction of the court. On Friday, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu attended Jummah prayers at the Ansaruddin Central Mosque in Wuse 2, Abuja, joined by a distinguished group of leaders. The gathering underscored the significance of unity during a time of collective reflection. Accompanying the president were Vice President Kashim Shettima, Chief of Staff Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, and Governors Abdurrahman Abdurrazak Kwara, Senator Obasani Kaduna, Umar Namadi Jigawa, Babajide Sanwo-Olu Lagos, and Mai Malabuni Yobe, alongside Deputy Senate President Senator Barau Jibrin. Lastly, on Friday, delegates from over 50 African countries will converge on Abuja, the capital of Nigeria, from Monday, June 23 to Friday, 27, 2025, to address challenges affecting small businesses, particularly affordable financing, enhancing digital transformation, and improving market access. Deputy Chief of Staff to the President, Office of the Vice President, Senator Ibrahim Azan Adejia, who disclosed these on Friday during a press conference at the Presidential Villa in Abuja, noted that the goal is to empower small businesses by strengthening policies on MSME development. Senator Adejia called on key players and stakeholders in the Nigeria ecosystem to leverage the platform provided by the forum to build new networks for investment and market access across Africa and beyond. And that's all we have for you on Tracking the Week. Thanks for watching.